What kept you motivated those 4 years?
Our vision, we were like crazy visionaries. Now, when I look back at it, I mean, almost to, you may have to be insane to have the vision that we have. I always say your way ahead a lot of times is rooted in what's happened to you in the past or what you've seen. So we were only hearing no, but we still had this imagination. We would talk about the office that we were going to have. Our imagination was crazy. Our hustle and our grind, and it was us. We had the ability to feed off each other in a way that was very unique. So we kept each other really going, and our personalities matched very well. So I even tell people when they are looking for a partnership, find someone that's strong where you're weak. You're going to see me out here talking, but Arlene might have created the deck, told me what I'm going to say, had a prep meeting with me. I may be the one talking. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to be back office. She wants to prepare. She jokes that she likes to manage the talent. And I'd like to be out here talking, right? And that worked, right? You need somebody to go out there and get the business. You need someone who has the technical. My skill set was cybersecurity, and that's the talent that she managed. I went out there and pitched cybersecurity, but she had to make sure the back office was straight. Even if you're an artist, you can't just go out there and do art and paint. You need someone that's also, how do I sell it? Where do I sell it? Where's my e-commerce? What's the compliance piece? What's my break even? Where's my accountant? You need that person too. And so Arlene is that person. And that's really what made us successful.
4 years until you started paying yourself. So how did you survive this whole time?
And then when we paid ourselves, it was very nominal. So it was not a lot. I was still working and Arlene was not working. They also had some things going on in nightlife too. So that was still paying her bills, but still tough. It was a tough situation for us financially. And then everything that we paid for, we just split it down the middle. Certain things we paid for, you wouldn't have to. We spent $6,000 on our first business plan. Some people would say you don't need to spend that much on a business plan. Everything we do, we go and look for the best person. It's always been our personality. I'd rather spend this money and get the best person. We got this person out of New York and he was amazing. And what was so important about going through somebody with a business plan when you have a partner, it was things Arlene and I as a partner hadn't talked through. You have this vision, but you have to put this on paper. What's your break even? What do I need to do to get to that business? How many contracts? How much profit per person do I need to make? And so the business plan was pivotal for us. It gave us more of a bullseye and a focus. And that's how we stayed focused, by continuously putting plans in place. We put markers. We knew that our first 2 years was going to be this grind. We were prepared for it, and we knew that. And we had different phases that we aligned out. And that was just a part of our phase one. And we were accepting of that. The other part of Arlene and I's personality that worked well in the beginning was we really took every failure as an opportunity to learn. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it is so true. When we failed at writing a proposal, we went to the agency. I know we failed. Do you mind giving me a debrief? Can you sit here and tell me exactly why I failed? I'm not fighting you. I just need to know so I don't fail so bad the next time. And you know what it did? We gained allyship. Because all those people that we went to ask to break this down for us, they end up wanting to help us. All the people at the SBA. So we end up gaining so much partnership and support just by being vulnerable and saying, guess what? I don't know how to do this. I did try. You mind showing this to me? And that has really been another key to our success, just the amount of people in our village that has been willing to lean in and assist.
So you talked about the importance of being prepared, really, right? So you guys had these big dreams, right? But if you didn't have the cushion of, you continuing to work and Arlene having other source of income, then you probably would have given up because it didn't make sense, right?
Absolutely.
So it's only making sense because you guys were prepared and you had a financial cushion while you were chasing the dreams. And I think that is so, so important.
And the other important part was you do have to realize that sometimes you have to chase your dream on the side until your dream can really fund your life. And that's not fun. You have to be willing to sacrifice your time. You have to be able to sacrifice your sleep. Even in this age of, I need 12 hours of sleep, softer, gentler. Guess what? At the end of the day, if you want to make it big, you got to grind. You're going to miss sleep. You're going to be tired. You might not have work-life balance. I don't even believe in that anyway. But if you want to make it to the highest level, that's what you have to do. And it depends on where you want to be. You want to make it to the highest level, keep conforming, stay where you are, chill. But if you want to make it to the highest level, you're going to have to sacrifice. no matter what you see on all this get rich quick and these things out here.
I always say I don't believe in overnight success. We just see the end of the process.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In the Black Enterprise article, you mentioned that now is a great time for minorities to get into government contracting. And I'm actually going to link the article in the show notes of the episode. But can you tell me more about why now is a good time?
Oh, for so many reasons. Something changed and shifted in the world. I will try not to get too political, but this shift in the world that I attribute to Donald Trump and COVID at the same time, something happened that made all people, all colors, take a step back and just really assess, in this particular case, how African Americans are treated in America. And that caused a ripple effect. And I always say that there are different lanes that we all play. And so, like for me, I'm not going to march. Not going to be as anybody frontline marching. Not marching, that's not my thing. But somebody marched and somebody needed to march. And then once they marched, somebody needed to say, okay, people are listening. Let me get some people elected into office. And then guess what we did? We got people elected into office. And then when those people got elected to office, guess what those people did? They put a cabinet in place that was for the people. And guess what that cabinet did? They put policies in place that allowed for us to excel financially. I look at the long game. What they did back then in marching is really why I'm here now, which means that's why it's my responsibility also to reach back once I get here, because I do understand that's one of the reasons that I'm here, because someone forced people to look and to change policy and to change laws. And that's why we're here now. And so this particular administration, it frustrates me a little when I hear the things about, oh, I'm waiting for my student loan, give me $10,000. You're thinking so small and about somebody giving you something. They gave you a policy. They gave you the opportunity to make millions. And you sitting here talking about, can I get $10,000?
So tell us about that policy.
The policies are, they have executive orders that Biden put in place for government contracting that now really put a forcing mechanism for the federal government to do more business with the Black and brown community. Initially, when they would say do business with small business, it's still not a lot of minorities that own government contracting small businesses. But that's different when you peel back the onion a little bit. Not only small business, how many Black women has businesses? How many Hispanic men, women have businesses? And that's what this government did. They didn't go surface level. They pulled back those numbers. Oh, out of 100%, 1.75% of Blacks have a small business that's doing, have contracts in the government contracting. And guess what? Once people saw the numbers, it doesn't matter race, creed, everyone is looking at it. And they said, oh, you're right. Something's wrong here. Let's come together and let's fix this. And I don't only mean just our community. I'm not here just because our people helped us. I'm here because people helped us. Men, white, Black, it doesn't matter. But people in general. So when I say community, I just mean community at large too. So I think the community at large, their eyes were open and the policy was kind of a forcing mechanism, even if their eyes weren't open. Now the president said, this is how you have to do business. And this is the percentage of funding I want to go to these businesses. So you're right in that space where, number one, big businesses need you, because now big business has to do business with small, underserved communities, not just small businesses. Well, a lot of what we do, we partner with the larger businesses for plenty of reasons. One, they have resources that we don't have. It's a lot easier for me to go into a large contract with a large vendor who can write to large proposals. And even if I have 5% of this contract, it's 5% of a large sum. And so one of our focus areas where we took this opportunity to really continue to leverage partners and partnership with not only the government, but really some of these very large defense contracting companies.